On the November edition of the Pendleton Journal, we get down and dirty at the Armed Forces YMCA Mud Run. We take a closer look at civil affairs in Afghanistan, and we'll show you what it's like to be an extra on a History Channel documentary. For all these stories and more, stay tuned. The Pendleton Journal is next.
From Camp Pendleton, California, home of the 1st Marine Expeditionary Force, this is the Pendleton Journal.
Oh, yeah!
Welcome to the Pendleton Journal. I'm Corporal Jennifer Valliere.
And I'm Lance Corporal William Skelton. It's November, so that means it's birthday ball time.
We're here at the South Mesa Club, where many Camp Pendleton units use these facilities right here to celebrate their Marine Corps birthday ball.
We're going to kick off this month's show with Staff Sergeant Amy Forsyth, who takes us to the Commanding General's house for a special event.
The Marine Corps Band played for about 150 distinguished visitors on the front lawn of Camp Pendleton's Commanding General's San Luis Rey quarters October 1st. Known as the annual Evening Colors Ceremony, it's a tradition offering a unique opportunity for civilians in neighboring communities of Oceanside, Fallbrook, and Vista to observe the way we signal the end of the working day. Major General Timothy Donovan explained to his guests how the naval services, including the Marine Corps and Coast Guard, raise the flag every morning at 8 a.m. and lower it exactly at sunset, whereas the Army raises and lowers their flag at different times depending on the installation instructions. It was a crystal clear evening, making for a perfect Pacific Coast sunset. For the Pendleton Journal, I'm Staff Sergeant Amy Forsyth.
We're now here inside South Mesa Club at Iron Mike's Lounge. Marines get to kick back and check out all the cool memorabilia on the walls. It's a great meeting place.
This place is full of history. Corporal Jeremy Vaught recently got the opportunity to participate in a History Channel documentary.
Veterans Day. It's a time to remember the men and women who've gone before us to secure freedom. It's also a time to inform the American public that those people weren't very different than themselves. So to get the word out about veterans, the Department of Education recently teamed up with the History Channel to create a Veterans Day TV program that will air on the History Channel as well as in schools across the country. The show is geared to young people to give them the opportunity to relate with the veterans and to see a side of veterans not always shown.
When they think of Veterans Day, it's the old guy, it's old Joe across the street. Well, not so. And the premise of this show is to show these young people that, you know, there are veterans throughout our history, the United States of America, that have fought in our military, in all branches of the service. That's the idea of this Veterans Day special.
The program recreates a historical military timeline from the Revolutionary War up to present-day Iraq. Using actors as well as a handful of Marines, the program revolves not around the conflict at the time, but of the individual Americans fighting for their country. And you can watch this special on Veterans Day. That's November 11th on the History Channel. Reporting for the Pendleton Journal, I'm Corporal Jeremy Vaught.
We're going to sit back and enjoy a drink while you watch this edition's Pendleton Points.
Hi, I'm Corporal Veronica Tiskowski with this month's Pendleton Points. A Camp Pendleton Marine will be wearing the Silver Star Medal on his uniform this year for the birthday ball. Weapons Officer for 1st Marine Division Schools, Chief Warrant Officer 2 Thomas Parks, received the 3rd highest award on October 25th. He received the medal for heroic actions during the OIF campaign toward Baghdad last year in Iraq. A Marine by day and magician by night, Lance Corporal Jaden Maxwell held a magic show at the base theater October 19th. All proceeds went to the Marine Corps Base Headquarters and Support Battalion Birthday Ball Fund. Maxwell is a supply clerk working in Mainside. He is from Chattanooga, Tennessee, and has been performing magic since he was 10 years old. And good news to Marines and sailors on Camp Pendleton, the movies here are free. Put away your money because Marine Corps Community Services here is ensuring flicks are free when you come to the base theater in Mainside. Other Marine Corps bases may be charging, but Pendleton will remain free for now. With the Pendleton Points, I'm Corporal Veronica Tiskowski.
You know, Iron Mike's is full of history, like this bell. which came from the staff NCO club at Subic Bay. So hey, you want to play some darts?
Sure, it sounds like fun, but let's check out this next story.
It was a packed house for the annual combined commencement ceremonies for Central Michigan University, Park University, and Central Texas College at the Base Theater October 29th. Nearly 100 students wearing the traditional cap and gown received their diplomas, all at different levels, either an associate's, bachelor's, or graduate degree. Their hard work proves you can serve on active duty and continue your education. Active duty members receive 100% tuition assistance and free counseling from Camp Pendleton's Joint Education Center. There are 6 colleges and universities on site who offer individualized programs. Call to get started now, and it could be you earning your degree next year. 760-725-6414. For the Pendleton Journal, I'm Staff Sergeant Amy Forsyth.
And congratulations to all those college graduates. But don't worry, it's just soda.
Now it's time to test your knowledge with this month's journal trivia question.
We are smack dab in the middle of Camp Pendleton at Camp Horno, the home of the 1st Marine Regiment. This month's trivia question, we're asking you, what does Horno stand for? It's a Spanish word, and we want to know what the English translation is. Does Horno stand for A, mountains, B, buffalo, C, oven, or D, clouds? We'll have the answer to the trivia question after the break.
Excuse me, I can't seem to find these anywhere.
Huh. These books are no longer available.
I didn't know.
May I have your name, please?
Why?
Excuse me.
What did I do?
We just have a couple of questions.
Easy.
How you doing? I just want regular, no sugar today.
You got it.
Thanks. Hello.
Hi.
Did you eat that whole thing today?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Hi,
how
you doing?
She's getting big, huh?
Good. Yeah, she is big. Let's, get your haircut.
Yeah.
Looks cute. Well, let's go. Nice to see you. Thanks a lot.
If only child abuse were this easy to recognize. If you even suspect abuse, call 1-800-4-A-CHILD. All calls are anonymous and confidential. Trust your instincts.
Welcome back from the break. You're watching the Pendleton Journal. This month's trivia question is asking, what does Horno stand for? It's a Spanish word. We want to know what the English translation is. Does Horno mean A, mountains, B, buffalo, C, oven, or D, clouds? If you selected C, you're right. The English word for Horno translates to oven. And where we get this from was the Spanish settlers here considered this place one of the hottest places because of the mountain ridge. It doesn't allow any of the cool ocean breezes to reach this strip along Camp Pendleton. So Camp Horno translates into oven for hot.
There are memorials outside the South Mesa Club honoring those who have gone before us. Now we're going to take a moment to honor one of our own.
Corporal William Salazar with 1st Marine Division recently lost his life while serving his country in Iraq.
26-year-old Salazar was from Las Vegas, Nevada. He was the first Marine combat cameraman to be killed in action since the Vietnam War. His pictures documented the battlefield for commanders and captured the essence of what it's like to be a Marine. His fellow Marines all envied his motivated outlook and leadership skills. His photos are lasting images of his dedication to country and corps. Corporal William Salazar, February 15, 1978 to October 15, 2004. Semper Fidelis.
Hi, I'm Corporal Veronica Tiskowski. I'm in front of the 1st Marine Division headquarters here in Mainside, and here is your Operation Iraqi Freedom Update.
In an historic ceremony, 9 Marines and 3 corpsmen with the 1st Reconnaissance Battalion, 1st Marine Division received their gold jump wings for night combat missions behind enemy lines.
Insertion methods of parachuting hasn't been done since Vietnam, and now we just completed 2 iterations of parachute insertions into hostile enemy territory. It was definitely a highlight of my career.
Navy and Marine Corps parachutists with gold jump wings are considered experienced. In peacetime, a Marine or sailor must complete a rigorous course and 10 jumps to get their gold wings. But in a combat zone, the rules are different.
The Marine Corps order stipulates that if you are eligible and conduct a jump in combat, then all those requirements are waived. That's the only exception. You rate the Navy and Marine Corps parachutist wings if you make a combat jump, regardless of the amount of jumps that you have previously.
The purpose of the 2 missions was to find and gather information on enemy targets, as recon often does. Lance Corporal Thomas Reynolds recounts some of the experience.
It was just out of a helo, so that was the first time. It was no loom mount. We had about 60, 70-pound rucks, great heavy rucks.
For some of the Marines, it was their first jump since completing the airborne course at Fort Benning, Georgia, where every jumper gets their first 5 jumps. Getting the other 5 and the gold wings often takes a while.
You know, it's something a lot of guys wait for years, and fortunately I've been lucky enough to get them, not years, but, you know, pretty soon, early in my career.
Although the gold wings are a divisive distinction, the Marines and sailors of 1st Recon Battalion take a broader view, having earned them.
It's a great honor to have them, but gold wings don't make the person, you know? The person makes the person. I can jump 100 times and not have my gold. I'd be happy.
It's really not a big deal to me, you know, wearing wings and everything like that. It's just another way that we get to work, you know?
If you're in good shape with a clean record and would like to go recon, call the 1st Reconnaissance Battalion Training Chief, Gunnery Sergeant Jason Swar, at 760-763-1265, and ask about the screening test. Reporting from Camp Fallujah, Iraq, I'm Corporal Mark Sixby.
Infantrymen with Fox Company 2nd Battalion 4th Marine Regiment, Lance Corporals Jonathan Collins and Caleb Powers, were manning their posts in Ar-Ramadi when they were killed by terrorist snipers. Recently, a memorial service was held at Camp Snakepit to pay tribute to their sacrifices.
Tonight we're going to honor these fellow Marines who answered the country's call to duty and represented the best of our Corps. The best of that which we hold most dear. They were guardians of freedom for Americans and others alike who only seek to live a peaceful existence.
Collins, an Illinois native, is survived by his parents, Jack and Angela Collins, his older brother, and 2 younger sisters.
Lance Corporal John Collins was a good Marine, and more importantly, he was a good man. He had a confidence in his own abilities that bordered on cockiness. He was justified in that confidence.
Powers grew up in Alexandria, Virginia, and is survived by his wife, Sarah Powers, and his sister.
Words fall short of describing or consoling us in the loss we have experienced in the death of Lance Corporal Powers. He was a good Marine, and to 3rd Platoon, he was more than a friend. He was our brother in arms.
Collins and Powers made the ultimate sacrifice for their country, and their service will not be forgotten.
Marines of Fox Company, Lance Corporals Collins and Powers are watching us now, and they will measure our devotion in these last remaining months against their own sacrifices. We will not let them down.
Reporting for 1st Marine Division Public Affairs, I'm Lance Corporal Graham Paulsgrove.
And this next story is one I did while I was deployed, where Marines and Iraqi Special Forces team up to keep Ar-Ramadi a safer place. Marines with 2nd Battalion, 4th Marine Regiment teamed up with Iraqi Special Forces recently during Operation Showdown to search for weapons caches in Ar-Ramadi. The Marines and Iraqis worked alongside elements from the Army's 1st Brigade combat team to search an area where suspected enemy insurgents have been shooting mortars.
And in that area that we swept today, we have actually been frequently getting mortared from somebody in that area. So if we take their ammo away from them, they have nothing to shoot at us.
They would talk to the household, the head of the household. Well, then obviously they asked them right away if they had a rifle or a pistol, just bring it forward. We weren't going to take it away, which made our job a lot easier as far as searching.
Since this was the first time the Iraqis were able to participate in an operation like this, the Marines gave them a few pointers.
We prefer to sort of be the big brother. We prefer to show people the way we are. We prefer to show people this is how we do it. This is what works for us. This is probably how you should do it.
The team discovered several weapons caches during their search, and the people of Al-Ramadi responded well to the Iraqis.
The main concern for Ramadi people, not only Ramadi people, for the Iraqi people actually in general, it's, they want to see the Iraqi army and the Iraqi police and the Iraqi, civil defense forces. Yeah, they appreciate what we did for them, but by the end, they want the Iraqi forces to control Iraq.
For more information on Operation Iraqi Freedom, keep watching the Pendleton Journal, check out the Scout newspaper, or go to www.usmc.mil. From the 1st Marine Division headquarters, back to you two at the South Mesa Club.
We're here at the Foxhole Lounge, which is the Chief Petty Officer Lounge here at the South Mesa Club.
The 1st Marine Expeditionary Force isn't only deploying to Iraq, they also have supported Operation Enduring Freedom.
Staff Sergeant Amy Forsyth was one of those Marines who was deployed to Afghanistan. Here's more.
It's official. President Hamid Karzai is the first democratically elected leader of Afghanistan. The number of coalition troops on the ground is steady at about 20,000. About 8,000 of those troops comprise the International Security Assistance Force, which has been under the control of NATO since August 2003. But far from the bustling capital city of Kabul, which is home to over 1 million people, there are hundreds of villages nestled in the foothills of the Hindu Kush mountain range. Civil affairs soldiers, almost all reservists, set out every day along the treacherous roads to survey ongoing reconstruction projects and look for new ones. Today, my group set out for Parobi village, about 4 hours northeast of Kabul. There's always excitement and a buzz in the air because the villagers know we've come with candy and other goodies. First, the young boys walk with the vehicles on the approach, then the girls start to venture out to see what's going on. And eventually the village elders make their way to our location. Everyone gathers around when all the boxes of clothes and candy come out. Typically, I'd play with the kids and pass out all the donated items while the engineers surveyed the reconstruction projects and met with the village elders and project managers.
Staff Sergeant Amy Forsyth will continue her story after the break.
We're ready, we're County, and you're watching the Pendleton Journal!
Mrs. Russo. Hi, Bev. Hi.
If only child abuse were this easy to recognize. If you even suspect abuse, call us. Trust your instincts.
Tell you about my best friend. He's a warm-hearted person who loved me till the end. People, let me tell you about him. It's so much fun, whether we're talking there to me.
You don't need to be bigger than life to be a good dad. You just need to spend time with your kids. It takes a man to be a dad.
Most of my time in Afghanistan was spent with Army Civil Affairs engineers preparing and delivering school supplies and sporting equipment.
Well, what some of the other soldiers and I have done is put together all the goodies that have been sent by our families and friends, like pens and pencils and candy and paper and crayons. All the things that you've sent to us, we put together in Ziploc bags to give to the kids you see here. The kids don't have a school. That's why the engineers are out here to inspect the facilities and nominate this as a project so it's a school they can build. As you can see, the kids are in tents, and some don't even have tents. They're learning out here in the open air. So join me now as I hand off one of these bags that is made with love to give to the kids of Afghanistan. Well, I'm inside one of the tent classrooms here, and they are letting me use their calligraphy pen here, and it's their method of practicing their handwriting. And I'm surrounded by dozens and dozens of beautiful, beautiful girls here. And I'm practicing my name. Thanks, girls. Tasha Kerr.
I would have liked to stay and play with those girls for the entire day, but I had to finish distributing the rest of the school supplies. Meanwhile, the engineers were declining an invitation to share chai tea, but saying goodbye to the school headmasters. Captain Rudy Grimaldo reassured them our work in Afghanistan continues.
The harder we work, the more schools, the more medical clinics, the more water wells that are built. Says?
For the Pendleton Journal, I'm Staff Sergeant Amy Forsyth.
Well, now we've come to our man on the street question.
Staff Sergeant Amy Forsyth was out, and she asked the question, if you were elected president, who would you pick for your vice president?
I think I'd take Dick Cheney. Dick Cheney.
Dick Cheney.
I can't really think of anyone I'd really want as vice president.
I think Mike Ditka.
Hillary Clinton.
I know earlier I thought I wanted The Rock, but right about now I think I want Puff Daddy.
Frank Sinatra, that's all.
Probably Arnold Schwarzenegger would probably be my best bet.
Kind of like we're taking a poll, actually. It's
Colin Powell. John McCain. General Powell.
Senator McCain.
I'd probably choose Condoleezza Rice or Colin Powell.
I would pick Johnny Damon from the Boston Red Sox.
Master Guns. Because he's the man.
We're now here with Brenda Anderson, one of the employees at the South Mesa Club. What does the facilities offer?
We offer a variety of events from mess nights to holiday parties, wet downs. We also offer all ranks lunch Monday through Friday from 11 to 1:30. We have happy hour on Fridays, and we also have a DJ coming on Fridays. On Saturdays, we also have Burn Your Own Steak, karaoke, and we just recently started doing Monday Night Football, and we have Burn Your Own Steak that night as well.
And who can they contact if they need any more information or would like to have any events here?
They can contact me. My direct line is 725-2231, or they can contact Katie Kress. She's our catering manager at 763-3200.
Okay. Well, thank you for your time. Now let's see what Lance Corporal Skelton's doing.
Pool's not the only sport you can play aboard Camp Pendleton. Let's check out this month's sporting action. Shoes were flying at Camp Pendleton's intramural horseshoe tournament Wednesday, October the 6th.
It didn't get very far. The competition is pretty fierce out here. Some pretty good players.
A great time was had by all of the 30 participants who came out to compete in the all-day event.
The largest benefit is just for them to come out and compete. It's the Marines' nature there to come out and compete against one another. It builds that team unity that they need when they're going over there and fighting wars for this great country.
Reporting for the Pendleton Journal, I'm Lance Corporal William Skelton. For more information on CG Cup events, visit mccscamppendleton.com. Some Devil Dogs recently got down and dirty in the back hills of Camp Pendleton. This is Lance Corporal William Skelton, and as you can see, I'm all muddy. That's right, we're out here at Camp Pendleton's Mud Run, which is sponsored by Semper Fit and Armed Forces YMCA. Approximately 3,500 Marines, sailors, and civilians participated in Camp Pendleton's Mud Run Saturday, October the 16th. This run was organized to raise money for the Armed Forces YMCA. $115,000 was raised at the event.
We had a great time. We had an absolutely great time. It was a great venue, and I live right down the street in Oceanside, and I hear about it, and this is the first time we partook, and it was a great time.
Participants in the Mud Run endured many obstacles such as tube crawling, water obstacles, suicide hill, and low crawling, all of which included the race's trademark, mud.
It's a great time every time. We get out here, we get free chow, we get to be out here with the civilians. It's a good way to represent the Marine Corps.
This year's race started off at 9 o'clock this morning with approximately 3,500 participants. This was a 10K run, which is about 6.2 miles. We finished with a time of 1 hour and 44 minutes. Reporting for the Pendleton Journal, I'm Lance Corporal William Skelton.
Well, it looks like you had a lot of fun out there.
I clean up pretty nice, and wait till you see me at the ball.
Well, that might be, but that's all the time we have for this show. Remember, the Pendleton Journal is news and information you can't get anywhere else.
Well, we'll see you next time on the Pendleton Journal. Happy birthday, Marines, and Semper Fidelis.
Information you can't get anywhere else. 3, 2.
Lance Corporal Jaden Maxwell, how...
2, 1. Well, it looks like you had a
lot of fun out there.
Three.
Hey, you want to play some darts?
Sounds great, but let's watch
I missed the board.
Is it A, mountains, 2, buffalo, 3, oven, or does it mean clouds? What? Okay.
You know, Iron Mike's is full of history, like this bell.